Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 8:43 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. So, uh, if we were to open up where we are right now, we would be at 47, you know, 78 or so. We'd be, right at the top end of yesterday's range. Overnight, we did push up a little bit higher. We went up to 92 and kind of just petered back off after that. So we'll see how the rest of the days goes. But unless we have extremely bullish internals, which somehow looking at the overnight action, I seriously doubt. I think we're in for a kind of a little bit of an inside day uh, that we may get some incremental higher highs, right? We may test near that 92, but unless we get above that 92 and start, ripping again, which I think is more unlikely, right? If we do rip, we could go up to, 45.05 to 45.30 would be my, realm of what I'd be looking for. But barring that, what I'm really expecting is some retracement. I'm not expecting yesterday's low to get taken out, but this week I would be very shocked if we did not go back down towards 44.50 to 44.30, right in that area of the chart again, and just kind of build some action more like we had over here, but up in this area of the chart. So, maybe the lower end will be 44.20. The upper end will be set, probably today. Maybe we'll hit that profit target on that fib draw that's up around 36. I think we'll look at it in a minute. But I think that we have a higher chance of sitting here stalling out under it than we do just ripping to get it. So looking at the midterm time frames, the Russell's right at the 2215, which is basically just 2200 plus or minus 15. It's hit that area. So unless it can really hold like 2202, I would say right around that area, and go back up. It could test 29 today, but that's really what I would think, that it's going to stay between 2200 and 2229 for the bulk of today's trading. We might get a little bit above it. We might get a little bit of below it. So if you start getting above 29, that's where I think you're going to get some shorts that come in, but we've had a pretty powerful move off the low. Basically we're 100 points off of it in the Russell. It needs a little bit of a break, I think, before it can break 22.52. To be honest with you, maybe a little bit of a retracement. So today might be that little bit of a retracement day, not only for the Russell but for the rest of the indexes. Right. Looking at the ES, we beat that up already. Uh, Looking at the Nasdaq, right, it's got a lot of room that it can back and fill, and all the way back down towards these highs, like right around 15,140 to 160. I don't think it's going to actually touch those for today or tomorrow even, but it could definitely backfill towards 225, 215 today. Uh, Obviously, where I think you get some acceleration in the selling, right, is you'd have to go lose almost, 250 points or something, 260. You'd have to get below 15,060 really, and below 15,050 before you're going to see selling accelerate. And to be honest with you, I think 15,000 is going to be the floor until proven otherwise. For the very near future. And I would say until you can get down to that 150, 160 area, that's probably even safe. But it doesn't mean we're not going to, have a bearish day while it's still staying above those levels. Looking at the Dow's sitting here playing around between this 35,275 to 390 area, uh, getting up and down. And to be honest with you, the break point for it for me is I'm not gonna throw it on the chart, but right around 35,187 is gonna be an above or below line for the next couple days. Looking at the overnight action, a whopping 15 and a quarter points, And if we zoom back out here, we can see that draw. So that profit target on that draw that we've been watching is 45.36. We might not hit that. It is within the realm of possibilities, even for today's action. I just think that we're a little tired and it could take some time. Uh, and I don't know that if we hit it before Jackson Hole, right, at Jackson Hole, we should get, uh, uh, I think, a pretty good retracement if we don't start, flying up above that, right? So after that profit target's hit, right, we can start heading up towards basically even 48.25 on the high end. That would be, really what we could continue on a slow, steady, you know, pace up to. I don't think that's on the table either, but you have to be aware that that is a condition that's possible. So once we hit this profit target, we'll just have to see what happens next, right? Do we just modestly get a little bit above it like we've been doing and then retrace? But I still think that we're probably not hitting this profit target before Jackson Hole or very close to the event. And when I say Jackson Hole, I'm not talking about Thursday when it starts. I'm talking about when Powell opens his mouth on Friday. Looking at just the overnight value areas, you got the Russell coming down towards overnight low, NASDAQ at overnight low, ES at overnight low, Dow at overnight low. So inside for the Dow, inside for the ES, inside for the Nasdaq, and above value, and right sitting on yesterday's basically bell high right now for the Russell. So we have single prints, kind of like yesterday when I was looking at the ES, above 65, right, 44.65, or below 44.55. You can almost look at this right now for the Nasdaq. So above 15,300 basically, or below 15,200. But there is the possibility, and these are just first tests, things to see if they play out like it did for the ES. You don't want to get chopped up, right? We could sit here and repair some of these, this action, and we could actually just sit here as a scenario and pretty much spend a lot of the day like between 240 and 300 after the bell rings and just sit there. That would be inside of the value area. Looking at the ES, basically below 65 is going to kick some stuff off, but it's almost just like we had yesterday. So above, instead of being above 65, you could say above 71 today and below 55. And again, you could just sit here and back and fill in that area as well today. So today might be a day where you might find areas of support to buy, but they might not do anything but go into the next short and kind of just be a slow bleeding profit taking day for some bulls. Remember, the previous all-time high before yesterday was 44.7650, so that'll be a clear marker for visual traders that are just watching for that. I'll be watching the overnight value areas, see if we get any trending days up or down, right? And I'll be watching the Three Musketeers, as I call them now, the NASDAQ, the ES, and the Dow as one group, and the Russell off on its own. I hope this helps. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.